and
Back.
warmed up. Oh, what
Oh,
we on
yeah, I
the
gotta shut
air?
that off. All I hear is
I think.
screaming and hollering.
Okay, I think we're live, Walt. So I believe that we are. I believe that we are. So while we're waiting for Walt to figure out how the internet works,
Oh, bite me, internet.
welcome back to Monday, guys. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to ask everyone out there to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for our email list, check around the site. We got a whole bunch of things there. Lola posts daily deals and all kinds of good stuff. If you guys need to get anything, I know there's not a lot of obviously there's not a lot of stuff out there, but if you need to get something, you can always go through there and find some links and codes and things like that where you get some cool stuff for yourself. You help us out, so we do appreciate that. If you would like to get some patches, they're also up on there. The patches are on there. See, check it out. We've got 2 Hank Strange patches right now. I'll probably get some other stuff made. I'm just trying to get these out the door so we can get more patches. So there's the broadcast patch right there. That's the broadcast one. This is the Super Suit Blaster one right there. If you guys get any of those patches while supplies last, we'll throw in some Gunvote stickers that we got from the NSSF. So there you go. Also, if you're looking for like Gun Nerds and all our other shirts, they are on Ballistic Ink. You guys can go there, get shirts and other cool things. Like they've got sunglasses, they've got backpacks, you name it. They got hats and shirts for myself and other people, and that all helps support us. You get this watches, everything. So there we go. Let me drop the dudes in. It is Free for All Monday. There's Walter. There's everyone. All right, let me hit the button to start this off here. And
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation. Lifestyles of the Locked and
Walter's
Loaded.
not going to Boom. Okay, so Boom, make sure you guys subscribe, thumbs up, all
That's
that kind of stuff.
that's for the deaf folks.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, what are we doing? Jazz hands, everyone. Come on. It's Free for All Monday. Let's see those jazz hands. There you go. Hopefully, everyone had a great weekend, and hopefully, everyone has their big girl panties, or big boy panties, or whatever kind of frilly undergarments you like or don't like. I don't know. There's probably some people out there riding commando. So this
I can't remember. Am I?
wow, Walter, you actually rode commando back in the days. Oh, please.
Back in the road commando. Back in the day. What do you
Yeah, yeah. You were trying to remember. It sounded like you were trying to remember when you used to
I'm
go.
trying to remember what I got on right now. Let's see.
Oh. Yeah. So anyway,
Oh, nope, not
remember,
commando.
don't pull anything out while we're at all ever. All right, this is episode 629 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. It is Free for All Monday with Walter Keller of SHF Safety Harbor Firearms, as well as BFP Babyface P in the house. You guys are here. We're all here. It's Monday. Hopefully
Yep.
everyone had a good weekend. Smash those thumbs ups as you're coming in here. Share this if you can. Big shout out to Walther that you guys see down there. Walther Arms for sponsoring the show. We really do appreciate that. And hello to everyone out there. Michael Avon says thumbs ups. And he's waving, so let's see who else says that. Appalachian Gunrunner says, what's happening, Hank and crew? Don't forget to smash those thumbs. There you go. There you go. Chris Williams says, thumbs and share and bells. Ring the bells. Randy Peacock's doing alternate hand waving and thumbs. There you go. So, and if anyone wants to know the link, go to ballisticink.com/product-brand/Hank-Strange. That's how you get
Slash. Double slash.
That's how you get that's how you can get the shirts. And by the way, the new Lot Lao shirt is out, guys. New Lot Lao shirt.
We'll break that down if you don't know. That's Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
Good on you, Walt. See, that's why maybe Lola will get you one. Babyface? I don't know about Babyface, because he doesn't even wear the one that we got him already.
I don't mean to say no, but I have so many freaking T-shirts. I got to cull the herd and turn them into some rags. So.
Yeah. T-shirts are good for that.
Yeah, drawers of
always,
T-shirts.
Yeah, absolutely. But for you guys out there who want to get up on the Lot Lao, the new one is Magnum PI based. Boogaloo shirt, so
Booga
seeing
what?
up on it. Boog, Boogaloo,
Aloo? Boog.
Boogaloo, Boog,
Aloo. Boog.
Aloo.
Boog. Aloo. Boog.
Okay, are you gonna start rapping? Do you want me to beatbox?
Oh, we're rapping.
Oh, look at you with your Hooter shirt. Let's check that out.
Yeah,
Speaking of shirt,
so,
Cozumel.
yes. Oh, I usually
Mexico,
don't.
Mexico.
So let me say this. I usually don't wear T-shirts from places unless I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
But some friends were there and they bought this for me as a gift. So.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I've been there. I've been
to Cozumel, but I haven't. That was before there was a Hooters there. So.
Oh yeah.
And now I wouldn't go to Mexico.
Yeah.
No way. So.
A lot of places I wouldn't go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of places.
Mexico is 100% third world. So.
Lots of places in America are 100% third world also.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, including some places
I wouldn't
where
go
all
there
three
either.
of us are living right now.
I wouldn't go there either. So.
We're in Florida, so we're that we're that dingus of America getting dumped in the right into the third world, whatever you want to imagine out there. It's Monday.
Yeah.
So.
Hey Patrick.
Yeah.
Those automotive screws don't work that well.
I didn't think they would, depending on the caliber.
Well, the first model, then not very impressive. Let's just say.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. It's better for
automotive. Do the people out there know what they mean by these automotive screws?
Next time around, I'm gonna pack it full of some automotive grease and see what.
I think that might help.
Yeah. See what happens. I can't hurt it.
Yeah, not at this point. Yeah, I'm sure the folks out there know. So, by the way, like I said, man, smash the thumbs ups as you guys are coming in. Walter, how was your weekend? Let's start with Walter. How was your weekend, Walter?
Saturday, I went and worked on my truck again. That's over at my friend Sean's.
Which truck? The towing truck?
The 1078, the big 2.5 ton truck.
Okay, all right.
Made some progress on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, got up early before it started raining, and I cut the grass because the grass yard was like a jungle, so to speak.
Yeah, looking third worldish over there in
looking a little
in the safety harbor. In the safety harbor.
Yeah. So I got up early. I got up. I was outside about 7:45, cutting the grass. 8:45, I was done, and then sat around, watched couple things on the YouTubes. Had to watch Terrell's new video. Every Sunday morning, Terrell's got a new video.
Yeah, you know what? I saw Terrell has teeth out now. You can buy Terrell teeth.
He's got his Bubba teeth officially licensed. Yeah. I like
some people out there have no idea who we're talking about.
Terrell Fixes All. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull that up real quick here on the Instagrams. It's Terrell Fixes All. Boom.
Yeah.
And where's the teeth? Okay, here, let me see. I think I got the teeth. There we go. So anyone who's a fan of Terrell Fixes All, this is for you. You can get you some Terrell teeth. You might already have that. So
if your teeth look like that, you need to go see the orthodontist. The orthodontist.
You know what you should do, Walt? You should buy some of those, and then we should goldize them.
Goldize them.
Yeah. I'll make translate. We're gonna ghettoize them. Is that what we're gonna do?
If that's if that's how you want to put it, that's fine. We'll put some gold.
Well, anyways, I know what you're saying. We need a grill on the Bubba teeth.
Grill. Yeah. Well, maybe diamonds, gold diamonds.
The real crooked one, you got to have like a pointy thing right on there.
A nice little ruby. However you want to do it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I watched Sunday morning. I kind of lazily got up and cut the grass. That wasn't lazily. I had to come in and take a shower after that because I was sweating my ass off. Watched some stuff, and then I went to the shop eventually. And right as I left to go to the shop, it started to effing pour.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it came cow pissing on a flat rock. And then went to the shop and just messed.
That one.
Cow pissing on a flat rock. Yeah, my grandfather used to say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never heard that one.
Can you imagine a big old cow pissing on a flat rock? It just goes everywhere.
It just sounds like.
It hits it, goes everywhere. When you've been in these rainstorms where it's coming from every direction.
Right.
That's flat rock. Anyways.
Yeah.
People in the Midwest would know what that means.
Yeah. If you've ever heard that out there, please let us know so we could tabulate how many people have ever heard that one. Yeah.
And
Patrick, you never heard that, right?
I probably have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Patrick's covering for you on that one.
Yeah, it's not from the New York area. I will probably say that, or New York City area. Let's say they probably have other terms for rain in New York City.
I think I've been living in Florida since 2003, so that's 17 years.
Okay.
I've been living here. 17 years of my life to the jungle, to the dingus. I've been living on the dingus for 17 years, yo.
That's the year I started making uppers.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
17 years on the dingus. What
Time flies when you have it.
Yeah. Sarksvest said he's heard that one, so there you go. There you go. That's one plus Babyface. Babyface is half. He's not a full one. You're not a full one, Patrick. You're a half. So that's 1.5. Who says I heard and say that cow in Flat Rock. Okay, so you got 2.5. All right. So Steve Pro 2A says heard it. Okay, 3.5. DCG44 says, of course I've heard it.
You heard it right here.
It's official. It's official. All right.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. Kind of like the whole virus mask thing, coronavirus wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I said early on, all these numbers are all fabricated.
Yep. We'll get into some of that today.
Guess
we'll
what?
get into some of that.
I think they've killed more people in inner city than they have coronavirus that has. So.
I think if we tabulate, we'll have Patrick doing some math. Patrick understands. He's probably the only one out of us who is young enough to know anything about the new math. What do you say, Patrick?
No, I don't.
No, wait a minute. I grew up. When I was in elementary school, they started that new math bullshit, and my mom was going, "What the fuck is new math?" Well, she never said that word. I never heard my mother say that
Curse.
word.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, no, she cursed, but never that F word thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was not a part of the vernacular in my household.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the new math. What's happened to the old math?
It was too logical. It was too easy.
But it wasn't like the new math now, where they have all these. You got to have all these 3-foot-long word problems to. Politically correct word problems to.
I think it's designed to infuriate male brains, and only someone whose brain is malleable. You should put it that way. Malleable makes your brain malleable if you want to understand that. So, yeah. All right.
So yeah.
So that was your weekend.
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine was fun.
Okay.
Like I said, I went to the shop yesterday and I didn't really do a whole lot. I just kind of schemed.
Oh,
okay. I made a little video. I posted it on the Instagrams, and then I just kind of schemed and planned.
Okay. So you were in your shop like Dr. Evil, planning.
I was trying to think of my
put
next
lasers on.
Do I want to continue this mini bike build, or do I want to put a different engine in it?
Okay.
And I decided I'm going to put maybe a different engine in it, but then people are expecting that Lawn Boy 2-cycle build to be some awesome ride, and it's like, oh god, I built expectations. I must,
Yeah. Okay. So scheming, lots of scheming. Yeah.
World domination.
Yeah. Jason St. Pierre says saw the video. I'm assuming he's talking about Walter's video. So.
It wasn't that exciting. It just kind of.
Did any guns get made in the shop?
On the weekend?
Yes.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Okay.
I didn't even work on any projects. I thought about it. I have to be in the.
Gotta be in the mood.
I did that for a month and a half, working every day, and the weekends included with that. Yeah. When the coronavirus is in its big thing,
mm-hmm.
and everybody was dying everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the people were dropping like flies around you.
They were lined up outside the hospitals, and
and they had a Monty Python style, like big, the big wooden, what was that thing like? It's like a big wooden box that they were dragging down the road, horse-drawn thing, and they're just tossing bodies in there. And some people are like, I'm not even dead. And they're like, no, you got coronavirus.
It don't matter, man. We're getting money for that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that? Which Monty Python movie was that in?
Holy Grail.
Holy Grail. That is so stupid. What was it? Something for your dad? It's like,
bring out the dead. Bring out the dead.
Bring out your dead. That was corpse cart. Sarksfest says corpse cart. Yeah. So, all right.
Sarvix, or Sarvix.
I don't know how to say that.
Has the answer to the solution, you know.
Yeah. He says, first of all, Walter, there aren't any problems now. There are solutions because children shouldn't have or solve problems according to these people. Yeah. There you go. All right. So your weekend was good. It's good. Okay. Let's check in on Patrick because Patrick was gone for the whole week. The whole week. How was it, Patrick? What did you get up to this whole entire week?
Not a whole lot. We went to North Carolina. We're in the mountains. Had fun. Did mountain things like hiking. Had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Did you see some elks?
We did not go see elk. I did see plenty of deer, though.
Okay.
I have a friend that has a house up there in North Carolina, and where his house is, there's elk all over. I guess it borders right up on a park. One of the parks up there.
Is it the Cataloochee area?
It might be.
They breed or they run wild elk on that area. You can go watch them. Mm-hmm. You can go watch them rut if you really want to.
Yeah. They're like
that.
They're like on his driveway and up near his house and the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Kathleen Music Lover says, did Patrick get a booty call? So
I can't, and I don't kiss and tell. Sorry.
Yeah. What was that? Let's say that again.
I don't get a what
I don't kiss and tell.
Not what a wonka.
Oh boy. So here's the thing I always want to know, Walter, when Patrick goes to North Carolina. Did he get deliverance on?
I texted you. I'd be the one doing the deliverance, and thank you.
Because
I got all the guns.
I try to harass him when he's on his thing, because if I take time off, he harasses me, so I try to harass him.
Doesn't bother me. I don't have phone signal up here, so.
Yeah, go ahead, Walt.
Make sure your M60's got live rounds in it. Don't shoot no blanks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take care of them, homies.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think one time I heard him say, "I'm going up the mountain" or something. What was that? What were you trying to tell me? There was some place you were going off to, and I was like, "Don't get deliverance done."
We were going down the mountain to go do. You were asking me about if I had something. I said, I don't know. We're going down the mountain. I'll text you back.
Yeah.
Because there's no phone signal or internet or anything on where my grandparents have property, which is nice because you can escape everything.
Yeah, because you can't. If someone goes deliverance on you, you can't call for help.
I will be doing the deliverancing. Thank you very much.
Quietly.
Or will I be the one with the bow? Who knows?
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was a good week. I turned off all of my social medias, and I think I posted a couple of things on Instagram, but for the most part, I turned off the internet for the most part, and it felt really nice to get away from everything.
Yeah, Jason St. Pierre says, "Well, he sure has pretty lips."
Oh gosh.
Night Train says, "I lived in that area of North Carolina for 3 years. The Great Smokies is a good place to be during the hot Florida summer months," which is why he does it.
Yeah, how would
beautiful. On their property, it was so they have a house overlooking a big valley, and the wind blows right up through the deck area. So it was like 70 degrees with a very strong wind. Oh, it felt like heaven. Felt like heaven.
What was the percentage of humidity? What was it?
30%, something like that.
Oh my gosh, that's practically dry.
I was today.
Whatever.
It felt like today I was breathing water. So.
Yeah.
BFP needs to learn to grow ginseng and dig some while he's there. North Carolina has the biggest.
Oh yeah, is that yeah?
The way the mountain is set up, my grandparents are on kind of the cliff out front. My aunt and uncle have a house on the cliff side over here, and then back straight behind them, on like up here on the cliff, I have 2.5 acres. Marley and I have 2.5 acres of open property. If you go down the side of the open property, all the way down to the property line, which there's a big stream that runs through that borders the property. That the property line runs down the middle of that. Ginseng actually grows wild down in there. So I've never. It takes like 5 to 10 years to grow fully. So I've never really cultivated any, but there is wild ginseng down on the mountain.
Is that where they did that show where the people were picking the ginseng? Like gold is what was that thing called? Remember the show where they go out, they get ginseng, they get like truffles and all that.
People kill each other almost for that stuff.
Yeah. I forgot what that show's called. Someone's gonna tell us. Like they were hunting mushrooms, ginseng, and truffles. I think.
Huh. Well, no, never seen it. We don't have TV. We don't have cable. I don't watch TV.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on a few years ago.
Yeah, I forgot where I saw that, but yeah.
There's dealers who buy the ginseng, and then that shit gets all exported. Most of it.
Those guys
overseas.
made a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of like foreign places come for that ginseng, man. Like give you the Mecca, you're stronger like a bull.
Yeah, strong like bull. Yeah.
So how much of that 2.5 acres are Walter and I getting in in our inheritance from you?
I'm outliving both of y'all.
I want the part down by the creek so I can have me some shine running down.
Listen, there's nothing down there, so you can go camp all you want because
pretty shine. Set up a still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did. I may have picked up some local good.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I know a guy.
That hand sanitizer you picked up.
Yeah, and it's good for degreasing engines and
inner soul.
And yeah, it'll cleanse your soul. It'll give you what did he tell me? The guy I bought it from, who I know pretty well, was like it's good for about 2 divorces, a couple of fist fights, and maybe a couple pregnancies.
What is happening? What is happening? If you discover a still out there, run away.
That part of the mountain, that is common. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon.
Don't see someone still and go in there and try to sample it.
You get pulled up on like that.
Run, boys, run.
Yeah.
Brian Quick says, what is ginseng good for other than bad tasting energy shots at the gas station?
Pretty much that.
What are you talking about? That's it, dude. You eat that raw ginseng, the hospital is not going to be able to save your Johnson.
Oh, you wait. You Chinaman, a good for Chinaman. Yeah, give him long time. Yeah, long time on Chinaman.
That's what. So, for anybody that's not aware, that's actually what was happening. The ginseng poaching is a thing in that part of the country.
Oh yeah.
People will go through other people's property where ginseng grows because it grows in like cool, dry areas. So next to the riverbed, under a shade, ginseng will grow. There are people up there that will go and poach that off of other people's properties, and then it goes mostly goes to China. It gets sold to China.
Yeah,
American ginseng.
That's big money.
And they don't. And I guess you do it a certain way so you don't pull it all out, so it continues to grow.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. You're supposed to clip it so it continues to grow. But for the last couple of years. Yeah, for the last couple of years, they've been having problems with poachers just coming and ripping the whole thing out to get as much money as possible.
Yeah.
Because it takes like 10 years to mature.
Yeah.
Kathy Music Lover, did you set up a range? Does a wild bear shit in the woods? I mean...
He's definitely... Let's put it this way. He's definitely a wild bear.
Oh, Marlene. I did go for... every day for probably for 2 hours, I did go for some hunting, and I could not find the prey that I wanted. So I went hungry all week. I was hoping I could. My grandparents have a couple squirrels that have been eating their tablecloths and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I tried to find them, and for whatever reason, they had my number. And the second I showed up, they all freaking disappeared. There's not a single squirrel in any of the trees around there.
You got to get you a ghillie suit, man. And just
hide out in the woods. Yeah. And then the other problem comes in. Being a stupid Floridian, I didn't spray myself down when going out into the woods properly, so I've been itching of chiggers for the last week.
Yeah.
Little mites biting and make you itch like crazy.
Yeah,
You're just so sensitive.
Oh, God.
Just sensitive.
I don't know how they dealt with it back before bug spray. Whew.
Yeah.
Those things make
that moonshine. That's how.
Yeah. You just get drunk at the end of the day.
It's basically your body chemistry.
Jesus, they love me.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different, just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened over that whole week while you were gone.
I did some internet one day, maybe Wednesday, and somebody on Instagram has sent me, RazorJB has sent me like 5 posts of different memes of Rittenhouse, of different Rittenhouse memes of what happened, and I had no idea what was going on. It was like one of them was like the song Big Iron. It's like a Big Iron rendition with Rittenhouse as the lead.
Yeah.
So I had to go look everything up and oh man, politics, crazy stuff happened last week while I was gone.
Yeah. By the way, RazorJB is in the chat. He says clear nail polish on each Chiggerbite.
My God, I would go through an entire bottle, but I will try it next time.
There you go. Clear
Because
nail polish.
they ate me.
Get some
Fine.
from Marley. Clear nail polish. Should be fine, I guess.
Harley, shoot. I get my own nail polish.
Oh, you get your own nail? What?
Well, hey, this could be a couple-scaping moment too. You
Oh
know?
boy.
That's sponsor. Who's the
Holy
sponsor?
moly.
Couple-scaping.
Manscaped.
No, Marley yells at me. We were sitting around eating pizza one night or something. Her family was over. And I like pick up one of her like things and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and paint my nail. And she's like yelling at me. She's like, that's expensive, don't waste it. I'm like, I'm painting my fingernail. Get off my back, woman.
Okay.
He buys the expensive stuff.
Yeah, by the way, Clint Sanders says bleach bath gets rid of chiggers.
Sure it
Bleach
does,
bath?
but it also probably gets rid of your skin.
That's probably that's a cure-all for everything that ails you.
Yeah, he's already bleached right now. He doesn't need to be bleached any more than that. Camp David, this one might work for you, says beer cures chiggers.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know, maybe that's true. Maybe, who knows. And Brick says chigger bites itch due to the saliva from them, not the actual bug.
Well, however however it works, it is. It's just like having chicken pox because they're everywhere for one. You know, it's not like a mosquito. Like here in Florida, we have mosquitoes. You get one bite somewhere here, and you can see them buzzing around you, so you know you kind of got defenses. Chiggers, you walk through the woods, and then you go take a bath later that night, and it's like chicken pox down your legs. It's awful.
You're making my hair is itching. You gotta stop talking.
Oh, absolutely. It's awful.
Making my hair.
But it was worth it because, well, almost worth it because I heard a squirrel and went chasing him through the woods. Never actually found him.
Okay. How did Neckbone fare? Because I saw that's not where Neckbone got bitten by a turtle, is it?
No, it's today about lunchtime.
Oh. Did you see that, Walt?
No, I did not.
Let me see if I could find that. I'll throw
Bitten
that up.
by a turtle.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're out in the take him out in the backyard to use the bathroom, and he goes sniffing out. We have a
schnozzle.
We have a water runoff that runs into like this retention area and behind our back.
That's a bad turtle right there, man.
And then out into the lake. So Buck is sniffing around it, and I notice that he's sniffing a turtle. And I look, I'm further back because he's always ahead of me. And I look at it, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad because I know what kind of turtle that is. That ain't a regular, that's not a soft shell. That's not one of those, what are the, like, orange-eared, red-eared turtles? No, that's a Florida snapping turtle. And I, being the good owner that I am, I'm just going to let it happen. Because Hank can tell you, Buckshot's not the type of animal that hears no and then goes the other direction. He hears no and goes, okay, I need to have that more. I need to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you're gonna sniff the wrong thing. That turtle's not gonna like it.
Yeah.
He goes up behind it and starts sniffing at it, and that turtle whipped on him in like split second and caught him right on the lip.
Yes.
Oh, and he squealed. Oh man, he squealed and put his tail between his legs and ran.
Oh man. Yeah.
But after that, the turtle hadn't left. After that, he turned around and was like, "Fuck that! I ain't going near that turtle again." So,
Yeah, turtles
You
pretty
must-
much own Florida, man. You know.
Good Lord.
Can
It
you
was
imagine
me.
the kind of dinosaurs roaming around Florida back a cajillion years ago?
That picture that I went to take, he tried biting me too. I wasn't even that close trying to take that Instagram shot, and he had his mouth open and was like, whack, like biting at me.
Yeah.
Those snap
Leave turtles alone. Yeah. Those gopher tortoise is no fun either.
No.
Yeah.
They won't mess too bad.
Oh no, they'll mess you up. They used to tear up Sailor.
No.
Yes. Those things are vicious.
How many times are you going to stick your nose in the turtle's face before the turtle's going to do something?
Remember,
Yeah,
those gopher tortoises and those things that they dig down under the ground, there's snakes and all kinds of stuff in there. Yeah. Those things are tough. Don't mess with those things.
No, those biting alligator snapping turtles are mean sons of bitches. They
And their neck is long.
Most of the turtles will just kind of go in their shell and wait for you to leave. That thing turned on him and was like, "I'm gonna bite your ass. Come over here."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, turtles are pretty vicious, man. They are dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
You know, they were probably to dinosaurs. Turtles were probably like chiggers to them. You know, so they've developed.
There probably used to be turtles that were 6-8 feet across.
Oh yeah, massive.
They snap us in half.
Yeah, and turtles live forever or something, right? They can live a long time.
The land tortoises can live a long time. Yeah, I don't know about snappers can be very old too. I mean, they found snapping turtles, 2-3 feet long.
Mm-hmm. And this one was only about this big, so
that's
why
baby.
I wasn't really concerned because it's not going to bite a hole in them. If it was a desk-sized snapping turtle, oh hell yeah, I'm going back in the house. That thing will bite a
If
hole.
Buckshot didn't leave him alone, he would have had a hole.
No, he's smart enough. He gets a little nip once in a while, and he realizes, nah, I'm not. And the funny thing was, he got nipped, squealed, and ran away, and then came back and started barking at it, like yelling at it, like, "Why'd you do that to me?" It's like that turtle doesn't care about you or your feelings. It's gonna bite you again.
Your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone somewhere back here. Let me see if I can find it. CB says, "At least you didn't lose your bicep."
Did you get bit by a snapping turtle?
No. Someone lost their bicep in that whole. I don't know if
shooting.
the
shooting thing.
In the whole Rittenhouse thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Poor.
What's Walter always say? Oh, bless their heart. Bless their heart.
Yeah, bless their
Yeah.
heart. Do you guys want
less folks?
Huh?
Couple folks out of the gene pool.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about that?
Hell yeah.
There's.
Well.
Go ahead, Walt.
No, you can talk. I'll just listen because we talked about that already. So.
Yeah. Captain Shark says there's a reason why there are no more dinos, but we still have turtles. Interesting. Then, go ahead.
The reason we have turtles still, when the shit really hit the fan and the environment changed, the turtles were in the water, underground, stuff like that, and the dinosaurs had nowhere to go. So that's why we don't have them.
Yeah,
anymore.
Turtles are tough, man. Those are tough things. Yeah.
Turtle,
Until
gators.
you roll them on their back, then they're not tough. They can't do anything.
So CB says, dude only had one ticket to the gun show.
Well, I mean, so
he only has one ticket to the gun show, he says.
So to be fair here, did you hear his quote that he said later on?
The guy?
About wanting to unload his Glock into Rittenhouse's head.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He didn't.
Yeah.
That
didn't turn out for him, huh?
You know the other problem here? He's a felon.
Yes.
He's not supposed to have that
So
Glock.
did he get arrested? Did he catch any charges?
Remember, gun laws, they work. They totally
Yeah, but did that
work.
guy get arrested? Did he catch any charges?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
All those people involved in that whole fracas all had criminal.
Yeah,
past,
absolutely.
I believe.
The other two guys that died were total D-bags.
They were trash.
Yeah.
God, they were trash.
Yeah. Let's see here. There's a couple of different things I want to get into because there is a little bit of news stuff about that's going on, right? Let me see here.
Before you get into that, there was an interesting thing that I heard last night. I was watching what's his name? Viva Fry. He did the podcast last night with him and Robert Barnes, who are lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are lawyers, talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a really interesting thing in that every time you see this happen, you can pretty much almost guarantee that the people on the receiving end of the gunshots, the violent Antifa types, are criminals.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was saying is, actually, maybe this was Barnes that was saying it, but
are you saying
it's
that's not the young black people of America out there? Instead of being in college, they normally would be. They're out there rioting and burning down streets. Is that what you're saying?
The interesting thing is, one of the things that he said, he said he had, going back through his legal history, going back to law school, he studied the KKK and how the terrorist acts of the KKK back in the 60s or 70s, whenever it was that he was studying it. I think it might have been the 70s and 80s. They always happened when some sort of political group gave them open license to do whatever they wanted. Mm-hmm. So the people that joined these groups, Antifa specifically now, because they're the terrorists of the modern day, tend to be sociopaths, tend to be the type that are looking to hurt people in general, and then combine that with politicians either not giving a crap or giving the green light to, hey, we need to burn the system down, that sort of stuff, giving the green light for them to go out and commit heinous acts. Combine that together, and you get these people who are almost always hardened criminals being shot by somebody. Like, it's just this trend. You give them the right to go out and loot and riot. The only people going to those sorts of things are sociopaths. Normal people don't go out looking for violence. It's just not a thing we do.
Why would you? What normal person? By the way, I saw. I think it was Noir put up a video of this, but we've all seen these different videos in different places. But he put a lot of that stuff together. Why would a normal person who's just trying to make their life better and maybe upset because of some of the things happen, so they decide to go out and protest, why would that person all of a sudden flip over to burning down people's businesses? And when the guy tries to put the fire out in the business, why would that person, knock him out, hit him upside the head with a with a fire extinguisher or something like that? Mm-hmm. Why would a normal person do that?
It's because the only people, historically, the only people that are attracted to these groups are looking for violence to begin with, and then somebody gives them the green light to go ahead and start committing violent acts. Yeah. So it's the perfect combination.
Yeah, it's like Batman, when they let all the people out of Arkham. And those people, remember, if we go back here, we have to remember this BS coronavirus stuff hit, and then they released a bunch of criminals. So if you are a violent criminal,
how convenient.
If you were in prison and you were locked up, and then they release you, and then they go, we're not going to do anything, and then they give you a reason to go out there and start rioting and looting and burning stuff down, what are you going to do? And when the cops step back and the politicians refuse to step up and do anything, when they refuse help from the federal government, what are those people? They're just going to be empowered. Right? I mean, we don't have to make this up. It's right there in front of your eyes.
But the main thing is normal people aren't doing this type of behavior.
Okay, well let me just back up a little bit. Let's forget about like the Kenosha thing. Let's look at looters. Are they normal people?
Absolutely not. Who would?
When you run into a store and you're busting things, you're not taking food like you need to eat. You're just busting things down. You're smashing things.
Well, let's go back a little further here, Walt. Do you remember that time when you looted? Do you remember that time when you looted?
Yeah, every other day, Come on.
What about you, Patrick? Remember that time when you? Can you give us some of the experience of your lootations?
Can I throw out a funny story here, a funny anecdote? So my dad is a retired captain of the City of Tampa Fire Department, and he was telling me one time when I was younger, I was probably 14 or 15, maybe 16, 17. Anyways, he was telling me a story about one of his famous stories that he always tells about being on the fire department is they were down on the bad side of Tampa. Station 10 is located in one of the bad parts, what you consider the bad parts of Tampa. And a common thing that happens there is people will go around and light the dumpsters on fire. And the funny story was they were at one block putting one dumpster out, and they said through the smoke they could see a broom, just a flaming broom running across the street. And there goes another dumpster on fire. They get to that one, put that one out, 2 blocks down. Here's the flaming broom going through the smoke, lighting the other thing on fire. But later in life, I was thinking about it, and I was like, on a Friday night, I have never in my life gone, you know what I want to do on a Friday night? I'm going to go light a dumpster on fire. That's what I want to do tonight. Like, it's not normal.
Well, that's because the problem that you're having there, Patrick, is you're not a frickin' savage.
Exactly.
Exactly. You used that word. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, I did. No regrets. No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
None whatsoever. I mean, look, if you're out there, do you remember the time when you looted? Do you remember the time when you smashed in windows and took stuff that didn't belong to you and burned down houses and knocked people out? Do you remember that time?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't think we need these people on the face of the planet. So that's.
I'm pretty well with you at that point.
Yeah, that's that's my humble opinion.
I've been saying that all along.
If we could, I would buy the helicopter so we could give them all, nice communist helicopter rides.
Flying lessons.
That's right. We'll give them all flying lessons.
I always said, the guys that did the 9/11 stuff, they wanted to learn how to fly. I think we should all give them a flying lesson. Yeah. All these people that support that stuff should have got a flying lesson.
For what I'm thinking, you need 2 helicopters. You need one above the other.
And they go through the blades?
Yeah.
Oh, you're worse than me, man.
I was just thinking, the sudden stop is what gets them, not the fall.
I was just thinking, someplace out in the Mid-Atlantic, that kind
like Carol Baskins did, right?
Yeah.
To their house.
Let's see. Vanessa Kitty. Shout out to Vanessa Kitty, by the way. Groupthink. A group thinks they can break laws because they are numbers. Once you begin stomping on these insurrections, this stuff will cease.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, by the way, go ahead.
And once you start going after the money that's printing the signs and bussing them around, then it will really stop.
There was a
once people start defending themselves seriously against this kind of stuff, if the cops are going to step back, okay, if the people who run the cities are going to if they're going to instruct the police departments to step back. This is why the Second Amendment, you have the right to defend yourselves. What you have to do is organize and get together and not allow it. So, go ahead. There
was a congressman today that I believe on Friday, put in put out a bill hoping for signatures that would stop federal aid or unemployment benefits going to anybody who was arrested for rioting. So if you got arrested for rioting, you do not get federal.
And all student loan money, all college money gone.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people are students, and if you're caught like a teacher, because these fucking lunatic teachers get caught, they should be freaking publicly
part of the
flogged.
problem is
and if they're politicians that are caught doing that,
publicly flogged too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. They should never. They should. We should actually eject them from the country. I'm just going to say something nice.
Tree of Liberty hasn't been watered in a long time.
There was that flight, it just happened to be Mid-Atlantic, and the back door opened, and the whole seat of seats went right out the back.
Yeah.
Could you believe it? Nancy Pelosi was sitting in
it just pulled right out the back with a parachute. It was amazing.
Vanessa Kitty says, yes, stop their finances as a domestic terrorism organization, start arresting, placing them inside Guantanamo. By the way, Vanessa Kitty, am I mistaken here? Does Vanessa Kitty have llamas? Tell me if I'm wrong or right here.
Does she actually
have
llamas?
A feeling that llamas or alpacas or some kind of weird Star Warsy creatures.
You know what? You know what you do? You line up those animals. I won't call them what I really think of those animals, and they spit like a freaking like a sailor spits. and you get spit on by a llama for about 20 days. You know.
What a torture! Oh.
One of those little bastards tried to spit at me one time. I was someplace. I wasn't even looking at the thing.
They're
and
mean.
The thing turned at me and went. And I was
Alpacas.
It's like a camel.
Okay.
Camels.
Camels and llamas are freaking mean.
Yeah.
I would have turned that thing into a rug. Oh, spit again, bitch.
Okay, now I'm hoping Vanessa doesn't have.
Now there's going to be some real hate, but look, a live and let live. I don't fuck with those people, those animals, as long as they don't fuck with me, you know. So whatever.
Yeah, Flying Ridge says, "Serious? You think they are in college?" Oh, I don't know.
There's a lot of them out there that are students and stuff. Not all of them, but if you get caught, man, you get off. No more government money, no more government cheese, no more college money. Yeah. All shut off.
Listen, I don't have any kind of empathy for people destroying towns where other people live. So I don't know how that's somehow better than what you're even claiming happened with the police here that kicks off the violence in the first place.
Once again,
I don't know how it's better to burn down your town and try to murder people who are trying to stop you or protect their things. I don't get it. And at some point, people in America have to wake up and stop accepting that. Vanessa Kitty says, llamas are fun. Stop pissing them off. And they give you a hug, actually.
Look at the bastards sometimes, and they spit at you. It's like, son of a bitch. What
Vanessa says, don't upset the llamas. Yeah, that's a llama mama right there. Llama mama right there. So,
that's like, when I first met wife, she had this damn cat. It was inside cat, and if you'd be sitting there minding your own business, and a little fucker would run up and bite you or something, you know?
Cat,
no.
Not giving my opinion on cats. I'll get so much hate for giving my opinion on cats.
Hashtag no to cats.
I like dogs.
I can't. That cat learned how to fly too. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay, smash those thumbs ups on that word out there. Smash those thumbs ups. So let's go to The Truth About Guns has this article. I'll throw it up here for you all to see. Let's see if I could do this correctly. There we go. Okay, so it says Kyle Rittenhouse lawyers release a thorough self-defense narrative. And it goes through, it's going back over what happens. Says Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 men last week in Kenosha during the height of the rioting in that city. Now his new legal team, headed up by John Pierce of Pierce Brainbridge, has released a 3-page statement about Rittenhouse's defensive actions that night. In it, the attorney lay waste to a number of rumors and innuendo about Rittenhouse and what he did that have been perpetuated, by the mainstream and social media outlets. So, and it goes on to say here, before we get into that actual thing, that, the video speaks for itself.
The videos.
Yeah, there's multiple videos from the people out there.
From the hoodlums.
Yeah. So
they love to take video of everything they do and put the cameras out there. So you know what? Maybe you're better off you leave them at home.
Yeah.
So part of this narrative that they put out is Rittenhouse is running. Mm-hmm. Somebody behind him pulled a gun and started firing into the air indiscriminately.
Yeah, he heard a shot.
So he turned around, thought somebody was shooting at him, and shot back.
Yeah.
Good self-defense. The internet is pretty sure they have identified who the gun in the air shooter is.
Who was that?
And he's also, I don't know his name offhand, but 4chan has figured him out. And
4chan.
They know who he is. And he's I think now hiding because people are like, you're wanted. Like this, you're an expert witness, or you're a witness at this because you. By the way, he also has a criminal record.
Yeah.
Oh no, really?
I'm so shocked.
I know you're shocked.
I thought it would be a former altar boy.
Is his skateboard also an extension of his body?
Yeah.
The unfortunate guy that got killed in Portland, Patriot Prayer guy that was killed in Portland. They know who his shooter is too. I think the cops are already looking for the guy. He has a criminal record. I don't know if you were surprised. Very extensive criminal record.
No, really?
Yeah.
Oh
So
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably was let out recently due to COVID-19.
I think he was. I think to be perfectly honest, I think the air shooter, one of the guys that was shot was let out in March.
Just think about this nonsense. This is what the politicians in America have done to the American people. And guess what? Guess what the crazy thing is about this? Most people are still asleep.
And most people still think they should be wearing a mask.
Don't.
Oh, wait a minute!
even
Hold
realize
on,
it.
hold on. Only 9,000 people
Yeah.
died.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
We're not. We're
wait,
gonna.
wait, wait.
Started on
We're
my
gonna,
mask.
yeah. Listen, we're gonna get to that. Let's compartmentalize here. I want to
300 million, 9,000. What are the numbers? Maybe some percentages.
Listen, let's talk
Let me see the
about.
percentages.
Let's stick to this. Let's stick to this statement from Pierce Bainbridge here, and then we will get to that, Walter. I promise you. So let me show you guys. So in that article, there's a statement which I have popped up here, and it says Pierce Bainbridge engaged to represent 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse wrongfully charged with murder after acting in self-defense in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Community lifeguard was protecting life and community because the state and local government failed. Was viciously attacked by a mob and fearing for his life exercised his God-given and constitutional right to self-defense. This is from Vernon Hill, Illinois, August 28, 2020. Pierce Bainbridge is honored to represent 17-year-old Antioch, Illinois resident Kyle Rittenhouse, who has suddenly found himself at the center of a national firestorm and charged with murder after defending himself from a relentless, vicious, and potentially deadly mob attack in Kenosha, Wisconsin. You guys can go look this up. So I'm going to go back to Patrick while I read this. On August 25th, I'm going to go back to Patrick and Walter. On August 25th, 2020, Kenosha spiraled into chaos following the Jacob Blake shooting. The Kenosha mayor and Wisconsin governor failed to provide a basic degree of law and order to protect the citizens and community buildings in Kenosha. The city burned as mobs destroyed buildings and property, and looters stole whatever they wanted. Rioters defaced storefronts, the courthouse, and many other public and private locations across the city. After Carl finished his work that day as a community lifeguard in Kenosha, he wanted to help clean up some of the damage, so he and a friend went to the local public high school to remove graffiti by rioters later in the day. They received information about a call for help from a local business owner whose downtown Kenosha auto dealership was largely destroyed by mob violence. The business owner needed help to protect what he had left of his life's work, including 2 nearby mechanic shops. Kyle and a friend armed themselves with rifles due to the deadly violence gripping Kenosha and many other American cities and headed to the business's premises. The weapons were in Wisconsin and never crossed state lines. That's obviously going to be important, right? That's because, I think people, like, when you talk about the media and stuff like that, they're saying these things cross state lines,
I'm not sure that the state line argument would even matter if it was a legally owned weapon. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So upon arrival, Kyle and others stood guard at the mechanic shop across from the auto dealership to prevent further damage or destruction. Later that night, substantially after the city's 8 p.m. curfew expired without consequence, the police finally started to attempt to disperse a group of rioters. Go ahead.
Pause real quick. I love that there are people on the left whose argument, and this is out there, their argument is, if he would have just followed the curfew, he wouldn't have been there.
Yeah, if those people's asses
and
weren't
all
there.
those other scumbags would have followed the curfew, nobody would have been there.
Yeah. And maybe if the police that was obviously there
enforced a curfew, like they should,
right?
Yeah.
And that goes to, if you're out, you violate the curfew, you get arrested.
Yeah, maybe if they would have if they needed help, gotten help and quashed all of this. Anyway, so let's see. In doing so, they maneuvered a mass of individuals down the streets towards the auto shops. So this is saying that the cops, now trying to enforce it, started moving these groups towards the auto shops. Kyle and his friends on the premises were verbally threatened and taunted multiple times as the rioters passed by, but Kyle never reacted. We've all seen that video, right? His intent was not to incite violence, but simply to deter property damage and use his training to provide first aid to injured community members. After the crowd passed the premises and Carl believed the threat of further destruction had passed, he became increasingly concerned with the injured protesters and bystanders congregating at a nearby gas station with no immediate access to medical assistance or help from law enforcement. Carl headed in that direction with a first aid kit. He sought out injured persons, rendered aid, and tried to guide people to others who could assist to the extent he could do so amid the chaos. By the final time Carl returned to the gas station and confirmed there were no more injured individuals who needed assistance, police had advanced their formation and blocked what would have been his path back to the mechanic shop. Carl then complied with the police instructions not to go back there. Carl returned to the gas station until he learned of a need to help protect the second mechanic shop further down the street, where property destruction was imminent with no police were nearby. As Kyle proceeded towards the second mechanic shop, he was accosted by multiple rioters who recognized that he had been attempting to protect a business the mob wanted to destroy. This outraged the rioters and created a mob now determined to hurt Kyle. They began chasing him down. Kyle attempted to get away, but he could not do so quickly enough. Upon the sound of a gunshot behind him, Kyle turned and was immediately faced with an attacker lunging towards him and reaching for his rifle. He reacted and instantaneously and justifiably with his weapon to protect himself, firing and striking the attacker. Okay.
Pause real quick.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing from a lawyer, from watching that lawyer's feed last night, when your hand, I have my rifle, the second your hand is on my rifle, you are now in possession of a deadly weapon, even if the two of us are fighting over it, from a legal standpoint. Very interesting.
Okay. Okay. So wait. So go over that again.
I have my gun. I am in possession of a deadly weapon. You come charging at me and grab the barrel of it. You are also now in possession of a deadly weapon, and force is applicable in both directions.
Okay. So let's see. So Kyle stopped to let's see. Let's go back to this. Kyle stopped to ensure care for the wounded attacker, but faced a growing mob gesturing towards him. He realized he needed to flee for his safety and his survival. Another attacker struck Kyle from behind as he fled down the street. Kyle turned as the mob pressed in on him, and he fell to the ground. One attacker kicked Kyle on the ground. We've all seen that while he was on the ground. Yet another bashed him over the head with a skateboard. Several rioters tried to disarm Kyle in fear of his life and concerned the crowd would either continue to shoot him or even use his own weapon against him. Kyle had no choice but to fire multiple rounds towards his immediate attackers, striking two, including one armed attacker, which we've all seen that, pictures, everything. The rest of the mob began to disperse upon hearing the additional gunshots. Good for them. At least they've got some sense.
Yeah, a little bit. Not enough, but
yeah. If there's bullets flying through the air, you're not good enough to do anything about that. So you either want to get out or get down. Kyle got up and continued down the street in the direction of police with his hands in the air. He attempted to contact multiple police officers, but they were more concerned with the wounded attackers. The police did not take Kyle into custody at that time, but instead they indicated he should keep moving. He fully cooperated both then and later that night when he turned himself into the police in his hometown, Antioch, Illinois. This is all on video.
Pretty cut and dry to me.
This is all on video. It's not disputable. You could see him go up to the cops. They were in MRAPs and stuff like that. And there was even, I saw single police units. They were not interested. Right? Kyle did nothing wrong. He exercised his God-given constitutional, common law, and statutory law right to self-defense. However, in a reactionary rush to appease the divisive, destructive forces currently roiling this country, prosecutors in Kenosha did not engage in any meaningful analysis of the facts or any in-depth review of available video footage, some of which shows that a critical state's witness was not even at the area where the shots were fired.
So it's called they're doing like all the Democrats do.
Yeah.
They're what's
CYA?
that term?
Or
No, they're beholden to the Democrats.
yeah. Well, they don't want to.
You have-
They don't want to. They right now they don't want to look at the facts of real life. Like if any sensible person actually looks at this, they're like,
No
yeah,
charges
we
filed.
can see what
No
happened.
charges
Yeah,
filed.
what's- you know.
Can you imagine if that would have been 3 black people?
Well, in terms of what? What do you
He
think?
shot.
That
The
he
white
shot?
guy shot 3 black people.
Oh, he would have
Imagine
been-
what would be going on right now?
It might be worse, but it wouldn't matter to me. He's still, you know.
Well, but
So
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
in the it doesn't meet their narrative
Hmm.
in a lot of senses. I mean, white people shooting white people. Oh well, that's
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Once again, I will say that I didn't even see a lot of black people out there. There were.
It's a mixed crowd.
Yeah.
From what I could see. I mean, I didn't stare at it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a lot of like when I looked at those videos. There's a lot of dudes trying to impress black chicks out there. I gotta say it.
oh god,
When I looked at it, I saw that there was a lot of dudes trying to like impress someone. There were a lot of women out there,
it's
and
just
there's
plain
dudes
old.
trying to impress these chicks. I guess.
Those are not the ladies you want.
No.
I promise you.
Yeah.
No, you want a psycho? You want a psycho? Go get a psycho.
Yeah.
Tell on that one before she kills you. That's
Yeah.
what-
Yeah. So let me go back to this. Like I said, if you're just like tuning in, this is on the Truth About Guns, and you can link to this as the statement from Carl Rittenhouse's lawyer that I'm reading from here. So it says, this was not a serious investigation. Rather, after learning Kyle may have had conservative political viewpoints, they immediately saw him as a convenient target who they could use as a scapegoat to distract from the Jacob Blake shooting and the government's abject failure to ensure basic law and order to its citizens. Within 24 to 36 hours, he was charged with multiple homicide counts. Kyle now has the best legal representation in the country, with help from Nicholas Sandman's attorney, L. Linwood Pierce Bainbridge, and multiple top-tier criminal defense lawyers in Wisconsin immediately offered representation to Kyle, which is good.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, and there might be some lawsuits from him once this is dealt with.
Once he's drugged through the and please, all these media outlets, yeah, defame him, say bad stuff about him, please. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Just
CNN especially.
I think
CNN, you need to lose another $120 million.
Did you see where the judges say Sarah Palin can go after Washington Post too? I think?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
You got legal
Interesting.
right to
Crazy
do it.
Sarah Palin, crazy
Yeah.
Sarah Palin. Yeah, go for it, Sarah. I love Sarah Palin, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Vanessa Katie says, did you see the video of riders destroying the car dealership and almost killing the owner? I didn't see the owner, but I did see them just going through the delership and smashing everything.
They burned that place to the ground, didn't they? The next day, it was
All
completely.
cars were all burned, yeah.
Yeah.
Every
So,
single car was torched.
but they were protesting.
You remember? Oh, another thing. Not that it really matters
Mhm.
because it's my shit and not your shit, and you
Mhm.
can't destroy it. But insurance in a lot of these places will not cover riots because they consider them. What is it? Whatever it is, it's like an act of God where you have no control over it.
Mm-hmm.
So insurance will not cover riots as a lot of times will not cover it. For
I
your
think I'd be
business.
hiring Rabinowitz and Brenowitz and going after the city people. Personally.
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
if we're talking about, so these guys just indiscriminately going through and smashing cars, which we've seen a lot of video of that, not just in the dealership, but on the streets and all that kind of stuff. You know who ultimately pays for that?
we do.
The people who pay taxes.
No, the people that have to buy insurance.
Yeah, the people who have to buy
That's
insurance.
why your fucking insurance is so expensive in Florida, because you got so many misfits and asswipes stealing cars and wrecking cars and illegals driving with no insurance, killing people.
Well, all those
That's why you
all the
pay so-
law-abiding, mask-wearing citizens, you're gonna have to pay for this stuff these guys are doing. It's not going into the ether and disappearing somewhere.
Well, I want my $1,000 a month universal income thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing that crap now too. That everybody gets $1,000 a month. Who the fuck's gonna pay for the $1,000 a month? The folks that are still productive, which is
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So let me go on here because there's a little bit more. So bear with me. So it goes on to say today his legal team was successful in working with the public defender to obtain a several-week continuous from his extradition hearing to September 25th. That at least partially slows down the rush to judgment by a government and media that's determined to assassinate his character and destroy his life. So that's a good thing, right? Because they're not putting him into that environment immediately. Kyle, his family, the team at Pierce Brainbridge, and his other lawyers intend to fight these charges every step of the way, take the case to trial, and win an acquittal on the grounds of self-defense before a jury of his peers. The legal fees and other costs of Kyle's defense will be provided through donations to #FightBack Foundation, Inc., a Texas 501c4 foundation created by John Pierce and Lynn Wood to protect law-abiding American citizens whose rights are being trampled on by state and local governments that are more concerned with appeasing mobs than protecting those rights. And obviously, like you guys know, all of these guys on the opposite side here, no one's, like, people giving them tons of money. Some of them have become millionaires.
Yeah,
overnight.
well, the dude that got shot, the black guy that got shot, make him into this martyr kind of awesome person. He's a fucking trash scumbag too. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's like
the funny thing is GoFundMe and all that is supporting those guys, but anyone trying to support this kid, those things get canceled. Anyone trying to share stuff, those things get deleted. You get get tagged.
It's hate speech. That's why, Hank. It's hate speech.
Right. Oh, stuff's gonna get real hateful here.
It's hate speech.
Pierce Brainbridge founder John Pierce praised Kyle's strength and resilience. A 17-year-old, this is quote, a 17-year-old child should not have to take up arms in America to protect life and property. That is the job of state and local governments. However, those governments have failed, and law-abiding citizens have no choice but to protect their own communities, as their forefathers did at Lexington and Concord in 1775. Kyle is not a racist or a white supremacist. He is a brave, patriotic, compassionate, law-abiding American who loves his country and his community. He did nothing wrong. He defended himself, which is a fundamental right of all Americans given by God and protected by law. He is now in the crosshairs of institutional forces that are much more powerful than him, but he will stand up to them and fight not only for himself, but for all Americans and their beloved Constitution. We will never leave his side until he is victorious in that fight. End quote. Further updates will be provided as the investigation and legal proceedings unfold. #FightBack. So I just wanted to get all of that out, and then we can talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, they haven't played the white supremacist thing because you didn't kill black folks. That's what I was kind of getting at before.
They tried to. There were some people that were going for it.
It doesn't fall. It doesn't.
And it fell.
But I mean, so
they would have. I mean, the kid's cleaning graffiti up.
If he's a lifeguard, I'm assuming that he's not a lifeguard who's out there planning on not saving a black kid if they're drowning or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a lifeguard? Is that what they said?
Yeah, he was that day. He was lifeguarding at local pool.
Well, yeah.
Before doing his saintly duty of trying to clean some other person's graffiti property. It's lifeguarding.
Yeah. By the way, the guy who we all saw in the videos trying to get at him, like this was a prison rape that he was trying to do. We all saw that, right? Everyone saw. Yeah, that guy was the one using the N-word. You guys saw that, right?
I never.
Yeah, if you look at that video, that's how that guy's talking, even though he's a white dude.
Well,
but listen, I've seen it. There's, I even know some white dudes like that, that believe that they're black, so they therefore get the license. It's kind of like Cardi B. Cardi B is Latina, but she apparently, if you're Puerto Rican, I guess you have the license to use the N-word.
It's trash.
We could debate that. We could debate that at another time. But whatever. Yeah.
Well, you said before that nobody owns words, right?
It's the truth. Yeah, we don't own anything, right?
Nobody owns words, right?
Yeah.
And there's that still old saying that still applies: "Sticks and stones will break my bones." And
well, I mean, but so then, wouldn't you think they would apply that to that guy as a hate crime then for him talking like that?
Oh heck no! Come on, Hank Strange, you know better than that.
Well, I'm sorry.
They're Democrats. They're Democrats. They don't do that.
Yeah, obviously not. Obviously,
I mean,
not.
they don't can do that. The law doesn't apply to them.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to go very well for these people trying to press charges against him. I don't assume it is, because there's a lot of video, and that video speaks for itself from multiple angles.
If they continue to create something that's not there, you
could try to do that, but the video is evident.
Then you have to have judges that say this is fucked up, and if that doesn't happen, then the judges are on the take.
The problem right now is the judicial system is split.
It's screwed up just like everything else.
There's no impartiality in the judicial system any longer, which is ridiculous because they're supposed to be the most impartial.
Yeah. By the way, before we just go back to what we were just saying about that guy, that's a lot of these people are the people who get mad because of cultural misappropriation, right?
It doesn't exist.
I'm just saying. But
I can't. Yeah, you get upset because somebody's stealing your culture, but you invite the white folk to come protest with you. Aren't they stealing your culture?
I don't believe in that. Look, we're supposed to be a melting pot. Don't we all like steal from each other's cultures? Right? But don't we? No, in reality, though, we all do that, right? Like, so every now and then, you and I, we go, I got your whatever right here, right? What is that? You're stealing from Italian Americans from New York. Right?
Doesn't exist.
But so the Italian Americans could give a fuck.
Yeah, I know. It's,
right?
It's a silly thing. It's a boondoggle.
Everybody's moved on from all that stuff, but some folks just can't. I don't know.
That is a boondoggle. But yes, to go back to what you were saying, I think that they will try to do stuff, but it's pretty, like, what are you going to do here? You can't, what are they going to do? Come out with a video that shows the opposite of all these multiple videos that we all already have?
They're going to drag their feet and drag their feet and drag their feet until, like they do in all these legal proceedings. Instead of a judge saying, get the fuck out of my courtroom.
Yeah. As long as they don't let anything happen to this kid, I'm not saying I wish the justice came swifter, but as long as they don't let anything happen to him, I'm okay with them, like, taking their time.
He's not a flight risk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he has no record, so he does not need to be incarcerated.
There are people trying to push for no bail for him, no bond.
Well, that's crazy. I think they should never go back to Wisconsin. He can never get a fair trial.
I'd be fighting that to the second because they're going to try to throw him in some general population, and then he's going to have an accident. Watch. Yeah. I hope not, man. I hope not. People have to make sure that doesn't happen to him. Well, his lawyers need to make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah. So if they let all these criminals and arsonists out and people burning people's, this and that, and he does not need to be in jail because he didn't.
Yeah. Jason St. Pierre has a good point here, and we haven't talked about it just because it's like so much stuff, but he says, allow me to interject something important in the news. Authorities find 123 missing children in just one day during a Michigan sex trafficking operation.
I wanted to get into that a little bit. Not just that, between 3 different states, they found 320 children.
Okay, now when they say they found 300, I need... I'm not saying that I'm not debating that, but I'm just saying where does children start and when does children stop? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. There's been a lot of bad stuff, and the cops have been out there working hard on that. So I don't know who's going to do that for you.
No. We got to defund them.
Yeah. Screaming Skull Saloon says Cardi B is Dominican and Trinidadian, not Puerto Rican. Okay.
She's trash. Is
that so? Okay.
What she is.
I thought somebody said she was a prostitute.
She was a stripper, and she drugged and robbed men. So yeah, she was a
prostitute.
So
Yeah, she
I'm
was.
guessing the Trinidadian gives her the license. I don't know. Whatever. It's hip hop. It's hip hop.
She's trash.
Yeah.
She's stealing their. They're stealing their culture. You know. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I always love the way people glom on the culture that's just so fantastic. You know, it's something to be so proud of. You know, I mean, it's like, I don't know if I want to glom on to the hoodlum.
Yeah. So listen, I know that, by the way, smash the thumbs ups out there, okay? There's like almost 100 people in here. It would be awesome to see you guys, smash those thumbs ups right now. If half of you might have already done it. If half of you smash the thumbs ups, we would appreciate it. I think they need to make sure they take care of this guy, at least half as much as they took care of 6ix9ine. And then let justice have its day here, because there's no way. If you look at this stuff, if you look at all the evidence laid out here, this kid was out there trying to do the right thing, but he had to protect himself because the government wasn't in there trying to do the right thing. There was no one in there. You remember how when the NFAC guys had that discharge and there were emergency services there to immediately respond and all that? There was no one here. It wasn't like they were letting the protesters do their thing, and if someone got hurt, they were reacting to that. No, there was none of that going on. None of that, right? The cops are just letting people destroy stuff or whatever. Why? Why would why would a place in Wisconsin let this happen?
Okay. I have to say it again. Well, there's lots of different reasons, but it's that DEM thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the election. And the election.
Mm-hmm.
And the election.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just coincidental that we have COVID-19 shutdown.
Uh-oh.
And then all of a sudden...
Neckbone is in attack mode.
Run, turtle, run.
Doorbell.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Walt.
The continuance of this silly COVID-19 shutdown plays right into the hand of all this going on.
This nonsense has to stop, man. This nonsense that's going on in America.
Only 9. Let's get on to that subject.
Mm-hmm.
9,000 confirmed deaths from COVID-19.
Yeah, so let's pull this up. And Twitter has been eliminated. Yeah, you better grab that crank.
If your granny died of it, or somebody that died, that's terrible, right?
Yeah.
But most likely your granny had heart disease, she had diabetes, she had something else. And I'm not saying they wouldn't have died anyways, but to shut down the whole country for this little bitty fraction of... I mean, look how many people get killed in auto accidents every day in this country.
Right.
Do you shut down the highways because of that? No, you don't.
Yeah. So there's multiple... So if you're wondering what we're talking about, I know Trump retweeted something. The CDC came out with something. Trump retweeted it. There's been a whole kerfuffle about it because according to the lamestream media out there, it's all fake news. So, but there's more news agencies at least reporting this side of it today. Let me just show the headline for the folks who may not be aware of what we're talking about here. So it says new CDC reports show 94% of COVID-19 deaths in U.S. had contributing conditions. Okay? So Atlanta, Georgia, Wall Street Journal, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released new data last week that depicts how many Americans who have died from COVID-19 also had contributing conditions. According to the report, only 6% of deaths have COVID-19 as the only cause mentioned, revealing that 94% of patients who died from coronavirus had other health conditions and contributing causes. The report reads in part, Table 3 shows the type of health conditions and contributing causes mentioned in conjunction with deaths involving coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19. For 6% of the deaths, COVID-19 was the only cause mentioned for deaths with conditions or causes in addition to COVID-19. On average, there were 2.6 additional conditions or causes per death.
Okay, so right here you are, Hank Strange. You're living your life. You seem all normal. You think you're normal. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have anything you know about.
I know I'm not normal, but okay.
Well, but you think you are.
Yeah.
And you don't.
I know I'm crazy. But go ahead.
No, but you haven't been to the doctor in years, that kind of thing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get the COVID-19, you die.
Yeah.
All right. Do you die from the COVID-19, or did they even look into what you had, like if you had heart disease?
Only 6%, whatever the numbers are, only six. What is it, like 150, 170,000, right? Which is a small percentage of Americans.
Yes.
Right? So then out of that 170,000, only 6% of those only had coronavirus.
So you just said that Trump retweeted this, right?
Yes.
So why isn't he out there saying that's all over with, and get on with things?
I don't know. Good question.
I
What
mean,
the hell's
because
happening?
nobody. Okay, I know there's these people out there. I see these people still riding around their cars with masks on, walking down the street with a mask on, wearing their mask with underneath their nose, that kind of stuff. At what point do you just say, "Fucking get alive"?
This is a massive boondoggle bullshit to put
November,
it in the normal English vernacular of what's happening.
What day's the election on? What's that?
Not
day?
soon enough.
I think it's November 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Someone will.
Then all of a sudden there'll be no more COVID.
It's not soon enough.
Oh, but that's not going to happen because they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars making this miracle vaccine, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which they don't even know if the thing has mutated 15 times already. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of like the regular flu vaccine.
Of course it has.
The regular flu vaccine, they guess every year.
We're in 2020. See, I never put those two together because, I don't know, I'm crazy. But COVID-19, I guess, was from 2019. The COVID in 2019. Right? So we're in 2020. There's definitely a COVID 2020, probably a 2020 J or K or L, something like that at this point, right? However they're tracking that. That's always going to exist, always has existed. But what they found is an average of people who died had an average of 2.6 other things.
Right. So take 350 million people, right? That's about 350 million of the population of the United States?
Yes.
Yeah, 350,
all right,
370.
and then how does 9,000 fall into 350 million, percentage-wise?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, say that.
It's so minuscule. It's not even.
So we don't have no pandemic.
6% of the 170,000, right? Because 170,000 is what percentage of 350 million people, right? So then only 6% of that. So yeah, we're looking at fractions. There's probably a higher chance that what's her name is actually Indian. What's her name? Pocahontas is actually a Native American Indian. Right?
Why? That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. So the thing is like, yeah, man, for this we shut down the
GCD 44S 0.000003. So we shut down the whole fucking country because of this, and we continue to play this game, and scare everybody. That's scarable. I'm not scarable like that. Mm-hmm. Lightning. I got a better chance of getting struck by lightning at the shop because there's a freaking 300-foot radio tower next to my shop.
You have a higher chance of dying on the toilet, my friend. Dying on the porcelain throne. You have a better chance of getting a heart attack, dropping a deuce. Seriously, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, you got a better chance of getting hit by a car in a car accident or something like that. I mean, you gotta. If the president retweeted this, why don't he just say, "Okay, then we've had enough of this crap, people"? Because
there's this crazy game going on where if he tries to do that, first of all, the way our government works, the president doesn't run all things. Mm-hmm. So there's Republicans, some of who are on his side, some of who are not, and then there's Democrats who are all batshit crazy. So, you have to, I guess you just have to deal with that. But most Americans are thinking the same thing you and I and Patrick are thinking. This is all bullshit.
Let people go back to work. Let the restaurants open up. Let the bars open up. Open the beaches. What you got a little bit of beach time left. Mm-hmm. And stop this silly shit. What happens? It's going to start all over again when the flu season really kicks in.
Mhm.
Oh God, I got the COVID. I got the COVID. You know, it's like you don't got the COVID. You're just a nut job. I mean, most of the people don't. Sorry, my sister had it. She survived. Two
Yeah.
brother-in-laws had it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
survived.
My dad in New York, my dad who's lives in Brooklyn, he actually had COVID-19, and he's an old dude, you know,
Why?
and he's got a bunch of other things, right, you know, and you know, he survived it.
I was thinking the other day, you know, we had this thing called SARS, right? Remember the SARS virus, which is a COVID
Nobody
type
cared
thing?
about it.
Mm-hmm.
But why don't that's still here too, right? Isn't that still here?
Absolutely,
Mhm.
yeah.
What? So why aren't we shutting the? Why aren't you wearing that mask every year, all day long, 24/7?
By the way, James Miller says he wants to know if you die on the throne, on the porcelain throne, does the coroner have to wipe your butt? Somebody has to.
The coroner, what? I give.
If you die on the throne, so let's say you drop in a deuce and you die on the throne,
Okay.
does someone have to wipe your butt?
Somebody's
It
cleaning you up.
doesn't matter
right?
to you anymore. That's all I know. I just hope someone goes and
I
clears
don't-
my history. That's it. You know, you got to make sure you have a buddy who clears your history. Okay. Len Holt says a high fiber diet is very important to proper colon health.
We we went through that. Remember when you said you had to eat bran muffins? Remember that scam? Remember that? were you here in the country when they did that?
Yes,
Hank?
yeah. That wasn't that long
And
ago.
everybody has to eat bran, right? We had to bran muffins. That'll make you. And they found out later on that's a bunch of horse shit. Literally a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah.
Horses eat a lot of bran too.
Yeah.
You know, see what it gets done.
What you need to do,
That's
you
too
do need
funny.
to take care of your colon health and stuff like that. Isn't that unfortunately what killed
Elvis.
No, what's his name?
No.
Just over the weekend, what's the Black Panther actor got killed by?
Yeah.
He died of colon cancer.
He died. Yeah, he died of colon cancer. So
Bran wouldn't have.
It would not have saved him, no.
no. I'm not saying that would have saved
Early
him.
diagnosis
I'm not
is
saying
the only thing that's going to save you if you're.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, get your butts checked.
I
is
think,
the answer.
and it happens to certain people that you. How could I
It
put
runs
this?
it's a genetic
It's gonna
thing.
it's gonna happen to you at a certain age, right? Like they get it young, and then there's people who are more prone than other people. Like if you have certain things, you got to check all the time. Chadwick Boseman, by the way, did die over the weekend, and he was Black Panther as well as a lot of other stuff. Probably most people know him for Black Panther. Seemed like he was a really nice guy. He's known for like at least the last 4 years that he's known at least for the last 4 years that he had colon cancer, and he was fighting that. I'm guessing even while he was making those movies and stuff like that. So that sucks, but yeah, it happens unfortunately to people. And if a lot of this is genetic, like people are saying. So like my dad as like there's people that have prostate and all kinds of different
Breast
things.
cancer runs in families.
You just have to get checked. I think once you hit, is it 40 or 45?
I think
They
it's
say 50 you're supposed to get probed, and
Yeah.
and
Or if you have certain things, like I have Crohn's disease,
Predisposed.
so I get checked all the time because I have Crohn's, and it's one of these things, man. Cancer sucks, and you know what that is? It's just life.
Fortunately,
Stuff
yeah.
unfortunately taking us out.
correct.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
yes,
like
that's
that guy was
so-
young, man, like 43 or 44.
44, something like
Yeah,
that.
that guy was young. He was just starting to kick in. He was just about to become the next Denzel Washington. Starting to get those Denzel Washington things. Which I was reading something that when he was in college, Denzel Washington, like I think him and some other people in the school he was going to, they got accepted into this program in England for acting. And it was a lot of money and they couldn't afford it. And Denzel Washington paid for that, for them all to go over there and do that stuff. But yeah, that sucks. So, I know that there's going to be people don't like Black Panther, and there's SJW stuff and everything that Marvel and every other freaking movie today.
Yeah,
has
that's
bunch
a whole
of
nother
SJW.
that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really dislike. You know what? I actually like Black Panther for a couple of different reasons. Like I like it because there was a lot of beautiful black people in there. That's awesome. But I liked it because there was this in the whole premise of the movie was that there was this African nation that had more power than anybody else on the face of the planet, and they stood by and let a lot of crap happen to other people. And to me, I was like, yeah, that's what happens. Even though that's a story, that's actually what happens. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the world. So anyway, that's my quick take on that here.
Can they take your car?
Yeah, so to get back to this COVID-19 thing, this is all one big, massive hoax that's been pulled off on people.
Now that we get
hold on,
past
what kind of food is this?
What do you got there?
Rye bread too? What is
McAllister's?
Is that what
it's
is
a Reuben.
It's a Reuben, yeah. Look at that.
Oh, I love me a good Reuben.
Does it have sauerkraut? Is it a sauerkraut?
Of course it has sauerkraut. What do you think I am? Some sort of heathen?
Speaking of your colon, holy cow.
Okay. Oh yeah, now he's gonna oh yeah. You better get thoroughly checked out. You better ask Marley to give you that test after. Okay, yeah, you guys are gonna have to enjoy
Distracted you guys.
Okay, we're getting a little sidetracked. We're getting sidetracked here. Yeah. James Miller says, "Do I have relatives in India?" No, my people left India probably about 200 years ago. So, and Indians don't accept folks like myself as being Indian, by the way.
Oh, they racist?
I don't accept folks like you as being Indian.
A lot of it.
Yeah, well, and that's the world, to be honest with you.
Exactly. Well, there's a big caste system in India, so.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
there's. Oh, then he's got to tease us with his drink.
By the way, if you ever go to McAllister's, their blueberry lemonade, it's very good. It's very good.
Probably really good with a little bit of vodka in it.
Yeah.
I could go get some corn.
I'm not encouraging that type of activity by any means.
He's home. He could do what he wants to do.
That's right.
So let's see.
No, but what I'm saying is after the election, be prepared, folks. If you're not already, there's going to be a brand new series of scandals.
Right.
And interference with the election.
It's already being worked on.
And if Joe Biden doesn't win, which he probably won't.
He won't.
There's going to be claims of voter fraud, and the Postal Service was... It's funny how the people who are pros at voter fraud are the best ones who accuse others of voter fraud. But
they're going to blame it on the good old post office that's been totally useless for the last 20-something years. I don't know, 30 years probably.
I don't... There's really no... I hate to say it, there's really no private company with any brains in their head would take over the post office and do that job, deliver mail. Yeah. Because you expect to get your mail if you live in bumfuck. Somebody's going to bring you mail in bumfuck. Mm-hmm. FedEx is not going to bring you mail 30 miles out of the way to one P.O. box. They're not going to do it. There's no money in it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what would happen.
But I mean, do we even? Mail. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming in the mail so far as just regular. Yeah, it's all junk. What do we need that crap for? We don't need that.
Well, the post office needs it because they make money. The little bit of money they
don't make money. They take money.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to use that word. Make money.
They don't need it. They don't need it. Look, we'll give Babyface some privacy with that sandwich right now. Babyface, if you're listening to this, BFP is going down. He's going down.
On some meat.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go to me and Walter. Let's just do that. I don't want him to choke.
Have you ever? Oh man, what's that one in Cats in New York? What's the deli that makes pastrami? I think it's Cats, New York Deli. Remember. Whatever the name of that one is, I want to go there so bad. Watching them make those sandwiches. Yeah. I love pastrami.
Well, first of all, I'll tell you something. Outside of New York, I've never actually had a good Reuben. I hate to tell you this. I've never actually had what I tasted to my taste buds, taste like a genuine Reuben outside of New York City, outside of NYC. It's never happened.
Here in Gainesville, there's that, what's the name of that Jewish deli? Oh, I can't think of the name of it. Down where your old studio was.
Oh, we went there before.
Their Reuben's pretty good, too.
Still didn't taste like it. Sorry. Hate to tell you that. Same thing with pizza. Also, I've never had good Zeppelis here either.
Hank's a snob.
Never had good Zeppelis
Hank's a snob.
in Florida. There's something about the humidity or something in Florida. They can't make good Zeppelis either. Yeah.
Humidity.
So, yeah, Walter, this is just me and you. We'll let Patrick get his.
No, that's all right. You know.
So, oh wait, he's showing us the sandwich. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah,
Just a good looking.
Okay, we can't. Now that I want to go away from him, he's gonna. All Thumb says you better probe yourself after that sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just distracted the hell out of you guys.
Yeah, Kathy Music Lover says Indians racist? Nah, only whites are racist. Every single race on the face of this planet is racist. I could tell you.
No.
Yeah, yes.
No,
black people, very racist. You don't want to hear how.
Not according to the media.
You don't want to hear how black people talk about every other people, including black people.
Not according to the left.
Asians, very racist. Very racist.
Not according
Asians.
to the left.
Oh yeah,
Try to
go
date
to Japan.
their daughter or something like that. You'll find out.
Go to Japan, find out. Just go to Japan.
Yeah. Japanese people don't even want to touch you on the plane when they walk. So yeah.
And
pretty much every race.
And in Japan, you don't see it here, but it's very open. It's not like it's hidden or underground or anything like that. It's
a human condition. And the only thing you could do is you need to the only way to. I don't think that it's a way that we have to be. I think it's a way that is passed down amongst some people, and
I disagree. Tribalism, in a sense, is built into people.
Well, if you look at kids, a lot of kids don't know all that stuff. They grow up and then they
in houses
develop
where the
into
stuff
that.
is like that. Yes,
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But
I'm not saying it's not. Like, some parts of it are natural for us, right? Like, built in, that we don't know who those guys over there. We don't know them.
He looks different.
Yeah,
he looks different.
Yeah,
right. I mean, that's a natural thing. It's not. That's just because you think somebody looks different doesn't mean that you're racist. They're different. Hello.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you can't. Well, anyways.
Yeah.
You can't. What I'm going to say is you can't legislate like. Okay. You can't tell me that I have to like somebody because that's the law. No, it doesn't work that way.
No, you don't have to.
Thought crime. I
don't base my relationships
when you try to take something from someone or take their life or something like that. This is a different story. We should all be equal under the law. That kind of thing. I'm totally for that. But we're not all the same. Everyone's not the same.
No, man. I lived through the whole busing thing and all that. Where they're busing kids at different parts of the city and busing other kids at different parts of the city.
Is that what messed you up, Walter? That's what messed you up?
That was called legislating like.
Yeah.
You're supposed to.
Did you get bullied? Did you get bullied by those kids in the hood? Did you get
probably other people?
Do you want to tell
not
us?
Necessarily.
Should I get out a little teddy bear or something so you could see us, show us where you got, if you got touched in any no spots?
I got your teddy bear right here. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I understand.
Look, I got bullied more by white folk than I did from anybody else. So.
Why?
And that's
why did they bully you?
And it's not necessarily sometimes bullying. It's just the order.
Right. Yeah.
When there's a kid that's 3 or 4 years older than you, and he can tell you what the fuck to do, he does.
Yeah.
And he's bigger than you. You just go okay, or go the other direction.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily always bullying. That's the order.
Yeah.
There's an order.
Yeah.
Life.
My friend Henry, when we went into high school, he went to like a private Jewish. Before high school, he went to private school. I think it was a Jewish thing or something. But when we went into high school, I was literally, when I went into high school, what was I? I think I was like, I was 12. But I went in early. So all the other kids were 14. At that time, Henry was already 6'7", already had a mustache, and was a complete bully because he was,
Nobody messed with him.
That's not true. But yeah, he was a bully because he was typically the biggest person. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you always have the little dudes are also bullies. You ever notice that?
Well, yeah, they're trying to show, look,
Yeah, Napoleon
what's that
complex.
called? Napoleon complex.
Yeah. That's pretty much like neck bone.
Pretty much.
Well, a lot of dogs think they're
Yeah.
pit bulls, and they
Yeah.
find out sometimes the hard way
let's
they're
see,
not.
there
By
it
the
goes.
by the snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, or another dog.
Yeah.
He thinks
Yeah.
he's getting some pastrami, and he's not because it's
Oh,
all
that's why he's over there trying
He's
to
at
be all
attention.
nice.
He's at attention.
Yep.
Yeah, begging for food. Yeah.
Yeah, But anyway, so
Yeah.
God, there was something else I want to talk about. What time is this?
Yeah, we got sidetracked with you being bullied when you went to school. I don't know
No, I
how
wasn't
someone
bullied.
bullies someone with a massive cranium. That's, and it's not just that you got a big head. It's also the wall, the brain, the skull cap is real thick.
There's always a bigger head somewhere around.
Okay, I don't want to make Patrick choke. We gotta behave.
Yeah.
I'm good.
There's always-
I'm full.
Yeah. All Thumb
I'm gonna be
says
overly
All Thumb
full.
says I'm black, and there are times I can't stand other black people.
Well,
Yeah, that's
that's
Yeah.
that's
sometimes
made
you
Joe
don't.
Biden.
Sometimes you don't like anybody.
I'm
Hey,
white.
Hey,
and
look, at least you're fair about it. If you hate everybody, then it's all good.
Yeah,
I don't have time. I said people spend a lot of time with doing things like that,
Yeah.
and I don't have a time for it.
what, hating other people?
Yeah, or getting involved with all that.
Well, you know what
Yeah,
the funny
I
thing?
understand.
I don't believe that we're supposed to be friends with everyone.
No, you're not.
No,
You're just supposed to be
not.
respectful to people.
Well,
I don't even agree with that.
Well,
you do your basic level of respect. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
just
I
a
think
piece
it's
of-
a two-way street. If people are being
That's it.
respectful to you, you're respectful
Right,
to them.
right.
That's it.
Yes.
Respect
Now-
isn't something that somebody
Yeah.
gets because
Now, yeah,
Mm-mm.
a deliberate man will still be respectful to you while he's putting caps in your ass. Deliberate man.
Oh, by the way, pause for just one moment, sir. Okay, now you can go.
Pardon me. Okay, did you ever see Kingsman where he says, he went and locked the door and he's like, "Manners maketh the man." You never saw
I have
Kingsman?
seen the Kingsman movies. I don't remember all of the scenes, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, that's. Listen, I don't want to get into it here, but I really believe that a real gentleman is deliberate. I'm not trying to say I'm a gentleman. I am a savage. I am one of the gorillas in the mist. Right here.
So
Savage.
where's the white woman watching you? Girls in the Mist, right? Girls
yes,
in the
I know.
Mist.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Jane, whatever her name is.
I can't tell you without getting it. Maybe is Lola on the phone? Because then maybe I can tell you. I don't know.
I would watch it.
Jane Goodall, yes,
Yeah.
Jane Goodall, yes. Spent
Yeah.
her whole life in the jungle watching
Yeah.
apes and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
By the
yeah.
way, shout out to Stompin' You Customs. He says I was bullied by the center of the football team till I destroyed him, and then it was kind of over. That's true. That happened. Did I ever tell you guys about that? Because when I was in high school, I was a little skinny kid, and there was this guy who was on the football team. I don't know what his position was because up to now I don't give a crap about that stuff, so I don't know. But he was going around. He's a real big cock diesel mandingo type of dude. And he was going around smacking all the kids in the back of the head. Because I guess he was in there working out, and we had, gym class or whatever. So he was smacking everyone in the back of the head, and I wasn't down with that. So I was like, yeah, don't do that to me. So he came, smacked me in the back of the head. I was like, okay. So he was doing something. I walked around him. He'd forgotten about it, and I smacked him in the back of the head really hard, and he turned around and looked at me like, what? What just happened? So we looked at each other for a second, and then I ran. So the gym had the upstairs gyms that have a track upstairs. You guys ever saw that?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, in the old schools in New York, they have that. So I ran up the steps to that track, and me and this guy who's a football player that trains to run around the track, I'm running around the track, and he's running, and he's like, dude, you're not going to be able to do this. He's actually taunting me as we're running. He's like, you're going to have to stop because I train. I do this all the time. So then I was like, forget it. I had to stop. And then we got into a little fight or whatever. And the guy was pretty tough and all that. But then he said, you know what? At the end of the day, I respect you. Never mess with me ever again. That's the thing. You have to fight even if you know. And I lost. I'm going to say I lost. But you have to fight even if you know you're going to lose. Right?
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story. You know, you have to fight even if you know you're going to lose, because then people know, like, oh, this guy's a fighter. You know, and if we go up against this guy, he's going to fight. And most bullies and most people out there, they don't want to fight. They don't really want it. So, what are you going to say to that, Walt?
You could just pick him up like that little kid did and body slam the
bully.
Walter.
They body slammed the bully.
Walter, imagine
the little termite. The little termite was bullying the big guy, and finally the little guy, the big guy.
Yes,
said,
I saw that video.
Why he was bullying the big kid? I don't even understand.
Well, because some of these little ones are like they're like a chihuahua.
Yeah, and then he slammed him on the back of his head, and that was done with.
Yeah, Walter, you have to understand, at this age, I was probably about 60 pounds.
Well,
okay, at at 13 or whatever I was when that happened.
Pounds. Man,
I didn't weigh much, Walter. Not all of us were built like a freaking tank.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. You always have to fight back, and that's... Look, you know, to bring it back to what we talk about here all the time, that's why the Second Amendment exists, because the Founding Fathers knew that we would always have to stand up and fight back over and over again. They didn't form America and go, everything's solved now. It's all okay. Everything's good.
Yeah, man. Right now, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Joe Biden will take care of you. Yeah, creepy Joe.
Joe Biden can't take care of himself. Patrick and I were having this conversation. Why do you think they won't let him do any debates?
Because he'll get devastated.
Yeah.
And he has a history, and if you go back on the history, you could have fun with him.
Yeah, he's got too much political history to.
How is he going to remember history? How is he going to remember in a debate? Do you really think there's going to be a debate where Joe Biden doesn't mess up 25 times?
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
You know, how are they going to do this?
I'm thinking they ought to have a Pakistani moderator.
Okay.
And you know, because he has a love for Pakistanis. You know, I mean.
Oh really? Oh boy.
And then they need to have a really gangbanging looking brother in there too, asking questions, because you know he's taking them on too. Remember his fight with at the swimming pool or whatever he had, you know, and some women, some little girls. You know,
is that what that story was about? Is that what he was talking about at the swimming pool?
With the swimming pool.
He was
one of the stories was a girl touching his leg or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought that story was about. He was talking about.
No, there was one with about a gang person too, if I'm not mistaken.
That one was Corn Pop.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's a real person. It's a real person.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is definitely a real person that exists in this world and not in.
Wait, so it was a gangbanger and his name was Corn Pop.
Corn Pop.
That's what that is about.
Yeah, you've never heard the story?
I heard the Corn Pop thing, but I didn't delve deeply into it.
Now, I think Corn Pop's no longer with the living.
Yeah.
I think Corn Pop was never longer with the living. I think it's a fiction of his imagination.
Len Holt says Trump can mess up too. It's a debate. Okay, let me explain something to you. Let me explain something. Trump is a New Yorker. Okay, you're never right. This has nothing to do about being right. You don't have to say the right thing or anything. It's about being on point and coming back and getting in there.
Well, you gotta
Yeah.
Remember the famous, what was they said? He'll never be president or something. And he was like, yeah, because if I was the president,
Obama said that. Obama said that.
Oh, that's Obama's, yeah.
Yeah, you know, no big deal, right?
Mm.
Okay, well.
The Clinton one where he was like, yeah, if I'm president, you'd be in jail.
Well, he didn't follow through on that.
Yeah, if you know anything about like an argument, it really has nothing to do with who's wrong or right, or who's factual. That's for other people to spend time fact checking you and whatever. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be debates though. Not like that. I don't think.
Well, they'll say, well, COVID-19, we can't have a good debate. COVID-19.
By the way, I think a lot of people in America are very upset. And I don't know if the polling data is showing these idiots that yet, but
I get a kick out of these ones that say, oh, he's like even with him. He's even. I'm like, so is Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, remember she was going to win by a landslide?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Tell somebody that's been out of their restaurant job or their business closed, or you know some other thing, or you know because of all this monkey business going on. You know?
Yeah.
Or you know, you live in a city where half your city got burned, or people are running wild at night.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Or you're a business person that you literally, even if the rioting didn't affect you and all that, your business is literally
It's
done,
down.
done,
Yeah.
out, never ever to come back.
Oh, I've seen there
Because
was
of
a.
all this stupidness.
I mean, there's plenty of places that are closed permanently.
Mm-hmm.
But one that just strikes me when I go to McDonald's to get something to eat in the morning. There used to be this guy that did shoe repair in this plaza where next to where the McDonald's is, and he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know if he was going to retire or whatever, but the COVID-19 didn't help anything.
Yeah, we haven't
All
even
this
seen all
shutdown.
the businesses yet that are going to suffer from this. There's a lot of businesses that already have gone out of business, but we haven't seen everything yet.
Yeah, and the silly nonsense with the hospitals and you know, we're going to have thousands of, you know, this and thousands of that. You know, it's just crap.
Yeah,
It's all crap.
let's see what other stuff is out there that we need to get into. Let's see. We were talking about cultural misappropriation. Do you want a funny cultural misappropriation story? All right, so here, you guys are going to have to look at the screen. So here, I'm going to put up this story here real quick. It's Adele faces backlash for wearing Jamaican flag bikini and Bantu knots in tribute to canceled Carnival. So in England, Adele, who's been losing a lot of weight, by the way. Adele is facing.
That's a white woman. Let's clarify this, right?
Yeah,
White
she's a white woman. Yeah. She's
Okay,
Caucasian. She's Caucasian, if you want
White
to,
woman.
is facing backlash for the bikini and hairstyle she wore in an Instagram post marking the cancelled Notting Hill Carnival festivities. On Sunday, British pop star 32 shared a photo in tribute to Notting Hill Carnival, which she celebrates Caribbean and black culture in the UK. In the photo, Adele wore a Jamaican flag bikini top and Bantu knots, a traditional African hairstyle, and everyone lost their mind. She looks kind of crazy.
She is crazy.
No,
They're all crazy.
well,
All the lefties are crazy.
She looks a little crazy.
Let them eat themselves alive.
Yeah.
Because that's what they
that's
do.
fine.
When she lost weight, they were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
how dare she? She represented the fat people."
You know what's funny in that? And I'm going to tell you, because Jamaicans are like this. A lot of Jamaicans came in there and they were like, "Yeah, we're happy to see you wearing a Jamaican flag." Like, what's the big deal? You know?
We're
You're going to be mad someone's wearing a Jamaican flag?
We're the only country with people dumb enough to give a rat's ass about that.
Well, this is in England. This is in England. They're upset, though, right?
Yeah, this is in England.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Notting Hill's in England.
Oh my God!
Wow. So the Brits are just stupid.
Oh my God!
What?
What a freak! What a freak!
Yeah, I don't know what the hell she's wearing.
I'm seeing the picture going.
Yeah.
Why would you
By
do
the
that
way,
to
those
yourself?
Bantu knots are cute on the.
No one.
No,
is
I
your
like them.
incorrect answer there.
I like them. There's some chicks that wear those
No
Bantu
one.
knots in their.
What is all this feather stuff on the back of her head?
Carnival? It's Carnival. She's doing her own carnival
okay,
right there.
it isn't carnival, but yes, it isn't
It was
carnival season.
I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be in England.
What the fuck is she wearing on the bottom?
Those are basically some yoga
That's
pants.
like the Jamaican flag, right?
On the boobies. On the boobies.
On her
the
legs.
boobies.
On her legs. What's on her legs?
Yoga pants. That's what all the ladies wear nowadays. You ever heard of those
Spandex.
things? Yeah,
Spandex.
it's called yoga pants. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and there should be you should have to have a license to wear those. By the way.
Okay. All right.
All right, because I've seen some chicks
I agree
with that
with you.
stuff on, and I would not let my significant other out of the house if they look like.
I understand. Yes, I've had this conversation multiple times.
I'm being judgmental. Yes.
Well, I mean, that's okay. So let's see. There was this other story that I sent you guys here that I want to get into. So this happened here in Florida, and I think you guys heard about it. Probably saw it on the news. Man who pulled gun at Florida BLM rally freed after video reveals assault. A man was filmed pulling a handgun on Black Lives Matter protesters at a rally in Florida, then freed without charges after other footage showed him being punched and knocked to the ground, cops said. Initial footage from Saturday's rally in Tallahassee showed an apparent counter-protester being confronted, then brandishing a handgun, forcing one man to drop to his knees with his hands up to surrender. And the video is here. Let me see. I'll just play this for you guys.
So, didn't I kind of say this would happen in Florida?
Yeah. So basically, they got into some kind of scuffle, and they started trying to beat this guy up, which he felt like he had to draw his gun and protect himself. Then I think they started running away. And then they filmed, obviously, the cops coming in to lock him up, which you see here right now. The cops come in. He surrenders. They lock him up. But once they look at everything, they realize, oh, this guy got attacked. He has the right to defend himself.
And I got news for you. You can shoot somebody for doing that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's multiple people attacking you. They don't have to be armed with a... They can be... This is pretty deadly when there's 5 or 6 people on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know if you got... I know I did see that footage, right? Obviously, footage like that, they'll take it where it looks like, oh, this guy just, for no reason, pulled out a gun and started brandishing a gun for no reason. But then it turns out, oh, there's footage showing him. Now, it's funny.
Wow. So
in Florida, they just looked at that footage and realized, oh, they attacked him. Oh, yeah. You're good to go, sir.
DEMOCRAT.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
Yeah.
It's not hard to figure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just factual. That's all.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And the bad part about it is that the ones that attack him and punch him, they get away with it.
Yeah, they should use that video and track those people down.
Right, and nothing else scare the bejesus out of them.
Yeah. So, and then there was the footage. I don't know. Do you guys want to get into the footage that Babyface was showing us earlier?
You got 4 minutes.
So we don't have time. We don't have time necessarily for that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff going on. And then Vanessa Kitty says, please define brandishing. So, if I just take out, so for example, if I just got my, if I just go like this, if I'm in my car and I'm like, hey, you give me the bird, and I'm like, oh, you want to give me the bird? That's brandishing.
Reckless display.
Yeah, anytime when you take out your gun, but it's not brandishing if you took it out to defend yourself.
If somebody's beating you on your car window trying to get in, that's not brandishing.
No, brandishing is so the Florida statute prohibits any person from quote having or carrying any dirk, sword, cane, firearm, electric weapon or device or other weapon, and in the presence of another person exhibiting the weapon, and this is the important part, in a rude, careless, angry, or threatening manner, and not in necessary self-defense. So that's the important thing. Showing your gun around, not in self-defense. His was in self-defense. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, so also one of the things that's not brandishing is sometimes, like, if you're concealed carrying, you might bend down or something like that.
That's not brandishing a weapon.
Yeah, like your shirt goes up or something and it shows the gun. In some places they consider that brandishing, but in Florida they do not.
No. It used to be in Florida, they fixed that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that used to be an issue here and they fixed it. Rodney Brady says Walter will fall in love every 5 seconds if he went to Carnival. Or Carnival.
I've seen Carnival both overseas and stuff in different places, and usually it's not cottage cheese and spandex. So
yeah, Walter is a connoisseur.
That's right.
Yeah.
Only the finest.
Well, yeah, he's got a very delicate palate.
Look. Once again, there's a word called age appropriate. Well, let's do body appropriate. So don't shame yourself.
Yeah. In other words, you don't want to see me going around shirtless washing my car or anything like that.
Or you in a Speedo.
No, you don't want to see that either.
or me in a Speedo. I'm not bragging or nothing, but it's like, come on.
Yeah. Vanessa Kitty says, okay, because threatening others itself is a crime.
Yes.
With a gun,
making a threat against somebody, a verbal threat would be assault. Hitting somebody is battery. So I guess
it goes up a notch when you pull out a gun or you pull out a knife or something like that.
Yeah. So if you're having an argument or some kind of thing and you use that gun to you use that gun to make your point or something in the argument, that's the problem. But if you take out that gun to defend yourself, completely different thing.
Different.
So.
Oh, by the way, Walter, I don't know if you saw that
Yes, sir.
text. I have 2 fuel filters coming on the way. There's parts and screws, whatever they are.
Automotive screws.
Automotive parts. Yeah, I got 2
Automotive
of them
fasteners.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and do everything properly for anybody that's watching. But I might actually do a video on it to see how shit.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I don't know if I don't know. We'll see.
We don't know if we'll put a fund together for you or not yet, BFP.
Everything's legal.
If you get arrested and you go to jail, we will put together a fund to get you boobies, though, in jail. But not necessarily legal representation.
The thing that I really wonder about is they're for sale everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's in some secret little niche on this or secret little niche on that. They're for sale everywhere. Everywhere you go.
From where? China.
They're not all. No.
Oh, right here too.
I don't think they're all.
You can buy. There are guys that make Maglite kits. So you take a diesel Maglite and they make. You get freeze plugs from an engine. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh yeah.
It's not hard. The technology isn't.
It's ancient.
It's ancient. There's nothing special there. But until you put a hole in it, it's a fuel filter.
Right.
Do they have 1/2 by 28 threads? Maybe. And one of them said 5/8 24, whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah. We could go deep on this.
I got a nice little piece of blue hose with one of them too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to use that hose. Listen, I'll put it in the safety, the first aid kit. If anybody ever needs an emergency catheter, we'll just jam it right on.
By the way, about what your comment on the different people that attend the carnivals, Len Holt says one man's garbage is another man's candy. I've never quite heard it that way.
Whatever floats your boat. I mean, if you like the booty the size of the back porch, then rock on.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, once again, that's kind of like friends. You're not friends with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be friends with every boo.
Yeah.
So that's also.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, it doesn't. It's doesn't need to be said anymore.
Different strokes for different folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was just thinking. Depends on how thirsty you are. You can have a lot to say until you're that man out on the island.
I don't know, man, or how many beers you drink. I guess.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. All of that. So listen, we went over 9. So please smash the thumbs ups in the couple of minutes that we have left here. But let's do this. Let's go, Babyface. I saw you put up a video today on reloading.
Reloading video today. I got some overwhelming support for doing reloading content. I know this is not the time because components are pretty much non-existent. But, I have a little bit of knowledge there, so I'm going to share it with everybody. In between, I'll probably use it a little bit as filler when I'm running low on content. So in between massive projects, we'll do reloading things.
Yeah.
Stuff
Or
like
when
that.
Hank Strange goes over to his house and makes him install stuff in his car, and then he
Listen,
can't do anything else.
I'm not saying anything other than when I got up this morning, I had to roll myself out of bed because my back was so tired. All my back muscles, I can still feel it when I stretch. All my back muscles.
You put the grill in?
Do you want me to show you the time lapse? I can show you. I don't know where you got it. Where you got a rash from?
Something. I have no. Let's see. Hold on.
Rash.
I don't know what that's about.
I have no idea.
You're so sensitive.
My skin, not like something, just right there.
Yeah,
no idea.
I can't believe he became real super sensitive lately. Do you guys want to see the time lapse? It's like 30 seconds from. Here, I'll put it up on the screen so everyone can see it.
I've been watching some other people's blogs, and one of the guys that does one of them, he's saying that YouTube, if you're going to make the best money on YouTube, you got to do a lot of live stuff. So live chats like we're doing here, live. So you can reload, Babyface, set up the camera. There you are, reloaded. And just for an hour and a half, you just sit there and reload ammo. People will watch it.
I was thinking about doing that actually. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And people will watch it.
Yeah, we should do some live stuff on cars. I'm thinking about doing some on my separate thing. Here, look, I'll run this in for you guys real quick here. Here we go. This is me and Babyface doing the taking out the grill From this big gap right here is where we went to Harbor Freight to get tools. They were very necessary.
It actually helped. I'm not gonna lie. It actually.
Oh, you mean the
So now we got the grill off. Yeah, we got the grill off. We put the grill on.
It was a little mini 90-degree ratchet, pneumatic ratchet. Oh, made my life so.
We ran into some fitment stuff, getting it back home. There we go. Done. Boom. So there you go. Quick. I'll throw that up on something for whoever wants to see it. Okay, Walter, how can the people out there catch up to you, sir?
They can catch up to me on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube at Safety Harbor Firearms, or safetyharborfirearms.com, or call shop. Also, like I said, doing the go-kart, mini bike, anything with an engine kind of thing on dirt foot racing. That's once again on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. I actually did some posts, a little bit of posting. And then StentParts.com for all your submachine gun parts needs.
Awesome.
It felt so much more painful than that little 30-second video you posted. God! How did 3 hours turn into 30 seconds?
I don't know. Vanessa Kitty says that she watches reloading videos that go for like 8 hours. So.
Wow!
Listen, reloading. That sound of the chink, clink, chink, clink. Oh, such a good sound.
I know there's people who watch us while they're reloading. So,
The guy that was saying this, he works in a tire shop during the day. He's been setting the camera up, running 8 hours a day in the tire shop, and people watch it on and off all day long.
Yeah,
just to see what's going on, check in, see what's going on. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. So here's what I want to do. Thank Walther Arms for sponsoring us. We really do appreciate that. Make sure you guys go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list. Look around the site. Lola throws up deals and lots of other good stuff on there. I'm going to run in the end right now. Press the button. Boom. I don't know why it was going up to the top there. I don't know what's happening with that. Going to the wrong input. But yeah. All right. Make sure you smash the subscribe button, ring the bell so you can be notified. We're going to rip the audio out from this and throw it up on the iTunes and every other place. You can get it on Google Podcasts and all kinds of places that you get your podcasts. We appreciate everyone that listens to that all over the world. Love you guys. We'll see everyone for the whole rest of the week until Friday. Let's see. Who wants the final word? Who wants it?
Yoga pants for everyone.
No,
I agree.
No,
I agree 100%.
Especially not. We don't want to see dudes in those either. We don't.
Because that dude looked like a lady.
Yeah. If he does in the yoga pants, there's something wrong.
The balls don't look right.
Yeah, we're out. We're definitely out. Peace. See ya.